wonderful people, and welcome to my world. Today we will watch a BBC News documentary, Stranded, exposing the UK's immigration scammers, BBC Africa Eye documentary. If you go to my list of English reactions, there was already a video what it was about the baby scammers. I think it was in Nigeria, but I'm not 100% sure, where people fake, fake pregnancy to other women because they can't give birth or being not fertile, and this is a whole bunch of sex trafficking, baby trafficking, and it's just awful what happened over there. And check it again. It could be Kenya or Nigeria. And this is a shout out to the video. I also can show it here again. And I want to thank you. I didn't expected that my last video went so viral, because it was so randomly that I was talking about Black indigenous people. And since in this point I was also researching a little bit, so from the indigenous point of view, North America get called Turtle Island, and also there was Black indigenous people in North America already who are mixed with African American. And also I was talking with different kind of people that we shouldn't use the E word. So when we are not in the community, it is like the comparable to the N word. I'm not using it. The Black community in different point of view using it. I think it's really quite common in America to use it, and I will not judge this point of view, because it is for any other society always a different empowerment to use or reclaim different kind of words. So, but outside the community, we should be respectful and use the political term in this stand. So just a little reminder from this point of view to my last video. And now we will watch the BBC News documentary. I'm really excited to see it, because what I also want to show is that we have sometimes issues to talk about our own communities and how we trick or not being supportive to each other. So, because this is happening as well. And it is, for me, a nice documentary to see what happening in UK in a different point of view. And I love to see different aspect around the world in different Black communities, because I was socialized in Germany, so I'm a Black German, and our society is different to other societies, because we are a minority over there, and of course in UK as well, but in UK you have a larger amount in big cities of Black people. What you have in this amount not compared to Germany. So my point of view is always coming on from a German perspective and a foreigner living in Portugal perspective. Just that you can have my point of view and my perception of the things, what I'm seeing. And reminder also to that, we always have our own perception. What I'm saying, it's not made in stone. It is my perspective, how I see the world and how I react to the world. So if we have disagreement, we can do it in the comments, but always in a friendly tone. And I need to say, sometimes if I don't understand well where this conversation is leading, I rather ignore it, or it will be leave my comments. So, because what I want on my channel is a respectful talk with each other and on a point where we can discuss, but not hate each other, because hate is not an agreement I go with. So we should really being careful with us, and also if you have question, ask the question, and we can always do the research. But if you're asking me a question, I would also try to do the research and give you some information about it. So let's start, and I hope you will enjoy my video.
Across the UK, there's an underground network of scammers.
So for 3 people, this is it.
For the
2,000. For 3 people.
Preying on the hopes and aspirations of African migrants searching for a better life overseas.
They understand.
yes, they are paying because they know it's most likely the only way.
Cheating migrants out of tens of thousands of pounds.
Guys, that's £67,000.
Understandable, yeah.
It's just not right. I had to work endlessly.
Leaving devastation in their wake.
Emotionally, I am broken.
My name is Olaronke Alo, and for the past year, I have been secretly investigating the operations of the UK visa scammers.
Just get me girls.
Okay.
I can make you a millionaire.
And exposing the immigration conmen destroying lives.
What have I gotten myself into?
I'm going to show you the reality of migration no one wants to talk about.
Are you wearing a wire?
Wow. Okay, this was a huge sneak peek, but what I want to say, we immediately think, oh yeah, this will be not happening with me. It can happen with you. If we have a certain amount of money, some people are definitely will take the money because of poverty reason. They want to come out of that, and they would, based on this information they're giving them, and also have like legit values on social media, whatever, have different kind of followers and a high amount, then it can be possible that you get tricked and that you get followed. It's an odd thing, and also an old thing, what we have already, when you have like this SMS things coming, like in Germany, we had these scammers that someone was writing SMS to to random people and saying, oh my gosh, mom, I need your help, can you please send me this amount of money? So, and some people was doing that. I had a flatmate, the mother did this, but the mother was sending money to her account because it was linked to her account. So, but if the user would ask, no, don't send it to this account, send it to this account, it would be really quickly that this mother was scammed. So be respectful in the way we are reviewing this documentary, because it can be happen to everybody that you get scammed. I hear already so many different kind of views and a viewpoint of different things what happening to people that you get scammed, and it can be always happening. Even if you're doing a moving, if you're doing a renovation, not everybody is trustworthy, but what I'm doing most of the time, I try to go with recommendation. Recommendation is mouth to mouth, and most of the time the people have experience with this people, and that's why it is a good a thing to do, still to not research always online and see the the trust pilot or this kind of things. Know also to have recommendation from other people.
My country, Nigeria, is the most populous in Africa. With a struggling economy and high unemployment, more and more young Nigerians are looking for opportunities abroad. For many, the UK is a preferred destination. It's the sixth largest economy in the world, but has a shortage of skilled workers in key industries, especially health and social care, for the UK's rapidly aging population.
Term issue. We also know that we're going to need an extra 500,000 additional people working in social care by 2035.
To fill this gap, the UK has eased restrictions for migrants to come and work in the country's social care sector, creating a legal and streamlined route for aspiring migrants to enter the UK. This is how the system is supposed to work. To work in the UK, an aspiring migrant first needs to secure a health and care worker visa. But to get that, they need a firm job offer from a UK company. Competition is fierce, and only a fraction of applications are successful. It's still a complicated process, and that's where scammers smell profit. So-called relocation agents, touting their connections to UK care companies, claim to offer a service which they say will fast-track migrants into the UK and give them a guaranteed job. Adverts for these agents are all over social media.
Dreaming of working in the UK? Visa sponsorship nursing home jobs are your ticket.
I will help you get a care job in the UK this year, all for free. Get up and get moving. Yes.
Some are perfectly legitimate, but in other cases, there are hidden scams.
I need to laugh because this is how I went to Portugal. My company is still a performance, and this is how it's not a scam, but they made advertisement on social media, and they had also this relocation package to bring Germans from Germany to Portugal. And it was in the beginning was is it legit? Is it okay? But it was so, and it was pretty good. So, and I didn't expect it, but there are so many things that I see that. So that also someone was writing me on in my email address, because it's linked to the account here, that he would assist me to help me out with growing my YouTube channel. But this is my private project, my YouTube channel, and of course in the future I would love to make money with it and have reviews and recommendations from other people that you can share my account if you like my content and like it. So shout out. And in this I would never promote this kind of things, and I think if you're promoting this easy money way, there's no way of making easy money if you're not tricking the people. Because in our capitalist point of view, you need to always work in a specific way. So, and we most of the time get like linked to fraud, because if you do in a certain way fraud, you can make money with it. So, and that's why you should always be a little bit cautious and asking for the company, where you want to sell me out. And then what you can do when they offer you a job and they asking a specific company, you can go to the company website, you can searching for the company, and then you can look there and you can write them a private email to check if this account they're referring from, is it a legit account or it's a scam.
Many charge huge fees and fail to deliver on their promise of a job.
The problem is so widespread that the UK government has issued an advisory. It says if someone charges you for a job, do not.
I love to read stuff. Recruitment processes and agencies. Summary. When choosing a recruitment agency, do your research. Check if an agency has a strong track record and positive reviews from both candidates and employers. Do not pay money to UK-based agencies to find work in the UK. This is illegal. Some trades, unions, and professional association can offer support before you start your employment. That's good to know. So, if you pay in advance, it's a scam.
Paid. But I wonder if many Nigerians are aware of this. One relocation agency based in the UK called Procuring Ugandan caught my eye because of its glittery infomercials.
Welcome to Career Hairdo and the topic, earn above 18 million naira in the United Kingdom without a degree.
Heading the company is a Nigerian medical doctor who has worked for the UK National Health Service. To his more than 60,000 followers, Dr. Kelvin Alaneme broadcast insights ranging from health.
Vitamin D supplementation is something you should take very, very important, especially if you are coming here to the UK, to the West.
To music. In the last 4 years, Dr. Alaneme claims he has helped 5,000 migrants relocate to the UK. Dr. Alaneme has founded multiple other businesses and likes to flaunt his jet-setting lifestyle. On the surface, UK-based Procuring Ugandan offers legitimate services like career advice and CV optimization. But to his followers on social media, Dr. Alaneme offers other services which have all the hallmarks of a cash for job scheme. And some social media users have started calling it out as a scam.
I want to read it. I think it's important. 1. Dr. Kelvin Alaneme is guilty of this, selling COS for as high as 8k to 10k pounds. Please stop selling this pipe dream of relocation to the UK via the care route. I knew his day will come. He's a big scam. Do you mind explaining your role in all this? Because we cannot allow such wickedness to fester anymore.
I reached out to some of those who say they have been scammed by Dr. Alaneme. They told me they not only paid him thousands of pounds, but the jobs he promised them never actually materialized. A woman based in the UK agreed to speak to me about it.
In total, how much did you pay him?
In total, we paid him £14,000. My brother was granted a visa, and when he came, July, August, September, October, no job. That was when we realized what we are into. It was very hard for him and also for me, because I was the one that made the payment. I was the one that trusted Kelvin.
A man called Praise, who is also based in the UK, told me he too paid Dr. Alaneme around £10,000 for a job which did not materialize.
I actually checked him out on the medical register in the UK, and he was there. When he posted about one of the job opportunities, I contacted him and told him I was interested. And that was how my nightmare started. I asked him specifically, this job, how many hours is it going to be? What's the pay going to be, and all of that. And he stated he did match what was in the contract. It ended when I came in, there was no job, there was no pay, there was nothing. Apart from when I lost my mom, this experience was the most difficult of my life.
How many more victims are out there? And how do these rogue agents get away with it? I needed to go to the UK to find out.
Today we're going to be talking about international recruitment, sponsorship and compliance.
In the UK, more than 18,000 organizations provide services for the country's elderly and for people with disabilities. but care workers are in short supply. Agents like Dr. Alaneme appear to be taking advantage of this gap in the job market. But how exactly do they do it? I need to find someone at this care sector trade fair who can help me understand. Borderless, a tech company helping businesses comply with immigration rules, soon gets my attention. A few days later, I sit down with Borderless's CEO, Matthew Bond.
Matthew, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Matthew told me relocation agents charge thousands of pounds for something called a COS.
So a COS is a certificate of sponsorship by a business saying, I'm going to sponsor an individual, and without that, you can't get a visa and you can't travel to the UK to take up your job.
Basically, they are essential for someone who wants to come to the UK to work.
Absolutely.
So that's why they're valuable, and that's why people are selling it.
Exactly, and because so many people want these jobs in the UK, the COS is the thing that's really, really in demand, and that's where agencies have exploited the system by charging candidates tens of thousands of pounds for these certificates.
An underground market has developed for the sale of certificates of sponsorship, traded by networks of agents here in the UK. For some, COS certificates come with a genuine job in a legitimate company, but many do not. It's a huge gamble, and for those who fall victim, the cost can be horrendous. But how do these complex and illegal scams actually work? I sent a journalist to Dr. Alaneme, hoping to find out more. With Borderless's permission, she posed as a representative of their company and pretended to have access to UK care homes who could issue certificates of sponsorship.
Hi.
How are you?
Less than an hour after meeting her, Dr. Alaneme tried to convince her to become an agent for his company and to hand over contacts in care homes that had both jobs and certificates of sponsorship for potential migrants.
Just to get to me care homes.
Okay.
I can make you a millionaire pounds.
Okay.
After their first meeting and sensing a quick profit, Dr. Alaneme pushed her journalist for an update.
So this is him asking
Yes.
if you have some list of care homes.
Yes. Yes.
We planned to tell him she had found a care home with 10 vacant COS slots.
Hi. How are you?
I was keen to see Dr. Alaneme's reaction. He seemed very interested and even offered to pay thousands of pounds for each vacancy the care home could deliver.
And we can pay him. I know I can confidently pay him 50k. But so that guy will be like 20k. You understand? That's close to him at this company. So long as we have that exclusivity.
Okay.
And he's able to give it to our people.
So
Dr. Alaneme said he would sell these slots to aspiring migrants back in Nigeria.
All I need is just put out the feelers in my community. Maybe we can get like 20 people might apply.
Right.
We look at their CVs and pick the best of the best. And then as soon as they hit, anybody that pays,
And do they pay full upfront or
I
installment?
collect full up for it. I don't want storage.
Charging candidates for a job is illegal in the UK. Dr. Alaneme knows he's breaking the law.
Oh, these people are not supposed to pay.
They're not what's
They're
that?
not supposed to pay.
What people?
The candidates.
The candidates are not supposed to be
They are
paying.
not supposed to pay. Because it's free. It's free.
Okay.
Dr. Alaneme knows.
Wow, he knows. And I'm always shocked by those people that they exactly know what they're doing. He's scamming his own people for money to have a good life in UK, and it's disgusting that we have people around to scam because it's causing a huge trauma to individuals who actually suffering in Nigeria to find a job, thinking, oh, I have the freedom to go to UK, start a new life, reorganize myself, leave everything behind, and then they arrive and get scammed. This is a huge trauma he is cursing to people. And like the security of money makes a lot of things with our brain. So, and this is just terrible that he know about it, but he's still doing it. Because with his information he have, he could actually really help his people, but he don't.
Many Nigerians are eager to leave the country. It is this desperation that he hopes to profit from.
So the people know that they're not supposed to be paying, but they're paying because they understand.
Yes, they are paying because they know it's most likely the only way.
Oh, okay.
According to Dr. Alaneme, the exorbitant fees he charges potential migrants are shared among everyone involved in the scam.
So for me to make it available to me, I'm guaranteeing you that I spent time and energy and all that, and even the employer, even the agent, everybody that made it possible. We need to pay everybody. Yes.
But the illegal system of backhanders Dr. Alaneme has created has its own pitfalls, he admits.
Because when I just have done that, just out of greed, they will tell me, oh, I know this employer, they have a care home, and then I collect money and bring people. Maybe the employer does not have jobs, and people are suffering.
Yeah.
I've had some of those encounters, and some of those we encountered, I now try, I am now put under pressure to help them to find that that can now give them job because they believed me.
Yeah.
They trusted me. And the agents did not do their due diligence. They trusted the agent. So this is a game of trust.
If the racket runs smoothly, everyone wins. The agent and the employer get paid, and the migrant gets a job. But when things go wrong, it is the migrant who is left to pick up the pieces and risks becoming stranded in the UK.
Yeah, and this is a loophole. This is like everybody's complaining about this system, that people are coming to the country and then they can't work and all that blah 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 bullshit. So if the country in the first place do it a little bit more easier and not treating people from the global south differently, because since I'm half Gambian, and my sister was last year now in Gambia, and she was talking with people over there. We have family over there. I have 4 siblings over there. My family need to have a letter to come to Europe, and those kind of letters need to tell you that they're living with you, where they are, how long they stay, and this is with a lot of African countries the same, that they actually need to have this letter to have the reassurance for the country that they're leaving in one point. A lot of countries in the global south speaking also English, they could go to UK and making an apprenticeship, learning this stuff by scratch. So, but the access to that is not that easy. And everybody's complaining about illegal immigrants. Even everybody says we need them to fill the spots. But in the same time, it's a little bit of it's a two-sided sword, because I really don't like it, because they value immigrants just of the worth what they can do for the society. But if you want to fill another spot, like being a doctor or something like that, this is not that good to see. and we have the same in a lot of other countries as well.
Praise, the man I spoke to while I was in Nigeria, claims to have fallen victim to exactly this scam. Dr. Alaneme offered Praise a certificate of sponsorship and a healthcare job in exchange for more than £10,000. Praise was promised a job with a company called Efficiency for Care, based on the seaside town of Clacton-on-Sea. Clacton-on-Sea. Efficiency for Care issued Praise a certificate of sponsorship, which he used to get a visa to travel to the UK. But when Praise arrived in Clacton-on-Sea, he quickly sensed that something was wrong.
So you come here to have a look at where you're supposed to work, you're excited. And then the excitement turns to confusion. That turns to further confusion. Because at that point, your employer is not forthcoming with information on where you're going to work.
Praise visited Dr. Alaneme, who promised to fix the problem. But days turned into months. Praise began to realize he had been the victim of a scam and that there was no job.
I was already running out of funds, and I couldn't really afford to be spending, buying proper meals and stuff. So I had to resort to getting biscuits, buy my custard creams, the cheap ones. Yeah, but I was running out of money. I was stranded with limited options.
I wanted to ask him whether Dr. Alaneme gave him any indication that his job only ever existed on paper.
Yeah. Dr. Alaneme, did he give an insight into this when you were negotiating with him?
No, 100% he didn't. I had known there was no job, I would not have come here. I came here to do a job. If I had known there was no job, I would not have landed, start messaging that I'm ready to come to the office. At least back home in Nigeria, if you go broke, I can find my sister and go and eat free food. It's not the same here. You will go hungry.
Praise narrowly escaped homelessness thanks to a chance encounter at a London bus stop with a family friend who took him in. Eventually, almost a year later, Praise found a job with another care provider, which was willing to sponsor him to remain in the UK. Praise is no longer tied to Efficiency for Care.
In all of your experiences, did it deter your hopes and aspirations to be a caregiver in the UK?
I'm still enthusiastic about care, but I'm no longer enthusiastic about the industry. I focus my energy on helping speak about the rot in the system, in the sense that these people are able to exploit this situation to cause havoc and make victims out of people.
I decided to research Efficiency for Care, the company which sponsored Praise. Its financial accounts reveal that when it recruited Praise from Nigeria, Efficiency for Care ran a relatively small operation with an average of 152 employees. This made my next discovery even more shocking. I managed to obtain a letter the UK Immigration Authority, the Home Office, sent to the company.
This document shows that Efficiency for Care has issued over 1,000 COS to care workers just within a year. However, their financial account shows that it is a tiny company. So why does it need over 1,000 workers from abroad?
It's impossible to say what happened to all these people. but messages exchanged in a WhatsApp group for those sponsored by Efficiency for Care gave me a glimpse into the lives of some of them.
When is it possible for us to start work, please? It's not easy.
This person is asking, I need to speak with someone.
Who can I talk to? Ignoring messages and calls is not the best option. Looking at these messages, it shows that a lot of people are actually stranded on Efficiency for Care's COS.
In July 2023, UK authorities revoked Efficiency for Care's sponsorship license. The company can no longer recruit from abroad, but continues to operate. Efficiency for Care told us they strongly refutes the allegations that they colluded with or had any unlawful financial arrangements with Dr. Alaneme. Efficiency for Care believe that they lawfully recruited staff from Nigeria and other countries. They also said they had challenged the Home Office's revocation of their sponsorship license, and the matter is now in court. According to our analysis of Home Office data, Efficiency for Care is only one of at least 133 care providers who have lost their license to recruit from abroad since 2022. These companies had issued more than 19,500 certificates of sponsorship. However, we have no way of knowing how many of these resulted in migrants left stranded in the UK without a job. Relocation.
What I'm not really understanding is when the people are stranded in the UK and they're going to a legal institution, why the government is not helping them? Because on the beginning, they said that they have a lack of employment in the health system, in the care system, to 2035. So what I'm not understanding, if so many people going there and being stranded, that the institution are not helping because they can provide most of the time, I would say, the documents, and why the system of UK don't say, okay, you are here now, so we should use your help to find a job for you as well in the care system, because they're coming just because they're coming to UK for this specific job offer to working in the care system. So I don't understand the government why they are not helping those stranded people to assist them, because I understand that a lot of people and foreigners are afraid to get when they don't have this legal documentation and all that stuff, that they get deported, because this is what countries most of the time are doing and being best of, and they're making it a hard way to bring people to work, even there is work, and this is just a terrible fact. It's the same in Germany. So, and yeah, I really don't understand that, why those people who are coming to the UK want to make jobs which UK people don't, English people don't want to do, and not assisting them. It makes no sense. This cycle, for me, my brain, completely makes no sense. So, because the people coming specifically for those kind of jobs.
Agents targets not only people in Africa, but also the African diaspora in the UK. I'm on my way to the Midlands to meet victims of an alleged scammer called Nana Akwesi Ajiman Prempe. Multiple accusations against him have been posted online, and I'm keen to find out more.
Hi, Marvel. Hi, good morning.
Had to travel from far?
Yes,
Come
yes.
on in. I'm cooking something in the kitchen. You can join me.
Okay.
I've lived here for 19 years.
That's a long time. Why did you leave Ghana?
Oh, was this too adventurous, I guess. I got a working holiday visa to come here because I was trying to join the army back home and my parents won't let me, so I let them know I joined the army after.
In the UK?
Yeah.
Mabel told me Nana had duped several people in the UK's Ghanaian community who were looking for jobs for their friends and family back home. Nana had offered them relocation packages, including a valid COS, a visa, and a job. But none of those materialized.
It's so difficult to make the kind of money this man has taken from people. When he speaks to you, you would think he's an angel. This is Nana Jim I'm talking about. If you haven't had this kind of encounter with him, when someone tells you he did this, you will not believe it.
Mabel had been in touch with other victims of Nana and invited them to join us for lunch.
Hey, Brian. Ronke. Thank you so much for coming.
I'm particularly curious how much Nana has made of everyone on this table.
Oh, 35,000.
35,000 pounds.
12,000 pounds.
12,000 pounds from you, and from Abigail, 4,000. And Brian?
Yeah, 16,000 pounds.
Guys, that's 67,000 pounds.
Just from us.
From everyone here.
From the...
Do you ever imagine I being in the process to buying an apartment, and this is half of the amount I'm paying for the apartment? What the hell? How people can do that? Because this is a huge amount he's gambling with a different kind of people. And if you're coming from poverty, this is humongous to have this amount robbing from people who are already poor. They never can pay this back. How they should pay this back? It's terrible.
That's terrible, yeah.
When he had the discussion with you guys, did he say that you're paying for this certificate of sponsorship?
Mine, he didn't. When I questioned it, he just said, oh, it's not the COS that we're selling, it's the package. So,
Yes, that's the word, package.
So latest money, accommodation, to give you some weird explanation.
Nana had also promised them an introduction fee for every person they referred to him.
I met Nana through...
They now hugely regret it, but I still have to ask them about it.
At the time, he kept saying, oh, my agency is now offering £1,000 for anybody that recruits for us. I work as a nurse in the hospital. I know agencies do have these kind of incentives. They give you 250, some of us 500.
When you recommend.
Yes, so it's a normal thing. But with Nana...
But as they discovered, Nana sold them fake documents, mostly cheap copies of real COSs issued by care homes.
He's already issued 3. 2 of them has the same serial numbers, and I thought, no, let me go back. Is there any system that you can verify? Of course, I went on gov.co, and there was a system like that. I put it in, and it says invalid. That was when I started to panic. And by that time, I have sent Nana that amount of money.
35,000 pounds.
Realizing they had been duped, the group were now under pressure to repay the friends and family they had introduced to Nana.
It's really unfair, seriously.
Their relationships have been severely affected. This made me realize just how far-reaching this scam is, how it can break apart communities and even families.
My uncle called me that a guy says that I've taken his money.
That's one of the people who paid.
Yes, one of the people,
for
yes, who
COS.
paid to Nana. I couldn't sleep, seriously. And it gave me a lot of depression, seriously. I was down. Paid off some of the money, but...
How much have you paid?
For now, I paid 6,000.
I've paid 22,000.
From your pocket?
Yeah, for mine. It's just not right. When I think of it, to think money that I haven't spent it. You know, I borrowed money from my uncle, And then now, because of that, my family, including my own mother, we don't talk. Don't talk because of what? Somebody's stupidity. Why?
It's okay.
I have to work endlessly. And this guy is going on and on.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot to pay back. And I really hope you get justice.
The more I think of it, Nana needs to be brought to book.
The group told me they reported Nana to UK authorities on multiple occasions. Despite this, I was shocked to discover not only that Nana was still active, but he had somehow managed to get an official license to hire workers from abroad.
How does this make you feel?
Very angry because all these complaints I've been giving, and still you'll be issuing license to recruit people. It's wrecking some families. And Home Office has given him license just there.
And wreck homes.
Exactly.
That's just fucked up. Because they complained about that already, and this guy still have a license to use. And for me, it's like, what? How you can, like, going to a legal office telling them here's a illegal thing going on, a scammer, and what is cursing illegal immigration because they can't work and it's kind of useless, but the government is not doing anything about that. And this is what I'm completely don't understand. They're complaining so much about illegal immigration, blah, blah, blah. But then people are coming, and I repeat myself, but it's not making sense in my brain that you have this kind of things going on. People are complaining, and the government is not looking into it. So, nevertheless, it's maybe they don't care because they are from Africa and they are black people. So, and this is because you couldn't do so much scams to white UK people, English people. Trust me, you wouldn't do that. So, because there would be investigation. But yeah, it's super strange to me.
The claims about Nana were hard to imagine. I wanted to put them to the test.
Hi, Olaronke.
So I joined forces with a BBC colleague to find out more. We discovered Nana had moved into construction, another industry which is desperate for foreign workers. Construction businesses, like care homes, can issue certificates of sponsorship to recruit from abroad. Based on what his victims told me, I suspected Nana's new construction company was just a front to issue COS for profit. But the only way to really get to the bottom of it was to go undercover.
I'll make an appointment for you at some point next week, okay?
All right, thank you so much. So I created my undercover character, Moses. So Moses is a Ugandan businessman who has just arrived in the UK. And he had a construction company in Uganda, and he wanted to bring his former workers from Uganda to the UK. I played out that I did not know anything about the system. I had no idea how to bring someone in the UK. He told me that he will issue me the COS in his office, and he even showed me the ones that he had issued on his mobile phone.
So this is the whole thing. Okay. So this is a single COS assigned, okay? I've signed this already to this particular person.
So Nana finally landed me a quote for a final price for my co-workers in Uganda.
There are 3 people. Okay, so let's do it this way.
When I asked Nana how much money, he was not shy to tell me the money is going to be a lot.
So for 3 people, this is it.
Yeah.
Okay?
For the
2,000 for 3 people.
what does he have to do now?
In terms of cost.
Yeah.
He needs to sell Uganda. He needs to
So we're living from the presidency.
He really said that your cousin might have to sell Uganda.
Yeah, he did.
So this means that he knows that it would cost an average person a lot of money.
An average person will have to sell maybe the land or whatever property they have, be able to get the COS to come to the UK. But he was even able to tell me too that I can even add money. And make a profit from it myself.
I mean, you know their pockets, so you know what benefits. You're now here, you're now starting, so you can also choose to add something in. It's up to you anyway. Something that you think will be reasonable for yourself. Cool.
Moses told me his second meeting with Nana was even more revealing and showed that Nana's tactics are constantly evolving.
Nana moved away from KCOS to construction industry, and yet he seems to have eyes for another industry.
Okay. Well, it's tight. That's what the process. Yeah, the rest.
I think Nana knows the loopholes very well because, as he said, that it's difficult to get KCOS, he's able now to go and create his own company in construction, and yet he's telling me that there is also other opportunities in other industries like IT.
To exploit people.
To exploit people, that's right.
Scammers like Nana appear to be one step ahead of the authorities. Nana even claimed to have passed an inspection from the Home Office.
He showed me an email saying that it's from the immigration officer who had earlier visited the office to make sure that they are doing the right thing.
See that where it's coming from. Speak of the SARS, what's the contract? First, like, you have a contract. I won't come down. Okay. Also, something. Also, method. Yeah. Methods to get money. Also, no kills to get it. We can be getting as much about it.
Given Nana's track record, we don't know if he was about to sell Moses some real certificates of sponsorship or just some fake documents. He asked for a down payment, but we refused to pay. But what we do know is that, despite having been reported to the authorities on multiple occasions, Nana was still able to set up a company and get himself on the Home Office's list of approved recruiters. Back in London, my undercover journalist received a message from Dr. Alaneme. He wanted to talk business, so we asked him to meet us in a restaurant.
How's it going?
Crazy.
Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
The woman hasn't got me food in a very long time.
Our undercover journalist had a simple plan.
I love your position. You kind of plan out things. I like how your mind works.
Thank you.
Earn Dr. Alaneme's trust in order to uncover the real truth of how his operation works. I decided to review the footage with Carla Thomas,
Hi, Carla.
a former Home Office worker now practicing as an independent immigration advisor. I explained to Carla we wanted to test what Dr. Alaneme would do if a care home was willing to sell him certificates of sponsorship, while admitting there would never be a job for the workers once they arrived in the UK.
Well, talking about businesses, Eddie.
Our undercover journalist told him her care home contact, Eddie, was ready to sell his certificates of sponsorship, but there was a catch.
I want to be honest with you. Eddie is interested in the money, and he will give you the COSs but I don't think he has the out.
Sure.
Yes.
I have so much that kind of experience. I've done that kind of business. But for me, I'm always very upfront and honest to my clients. So that they know what to expect. Some of them are in the UK, without having, but I told them up front, so they knew. The advantage with having a COS without ours is that you can choose any city you live. You can go to Glasgow, you can stay in London, you can live anywhere.
It's hard to know where to start because what Dr. Laname is proposing means that migrant workers will be in breach of their immigration obligations. They will enter the UK, they will not live at the address that has been provided for in their visa application to the Home Office. They will not be performing the duties and the role that they are sponsored to do. And they will be misguided in thinking that that's not going to have any consequences.
Dr. Laname explains the key to pulling off the scam. Care home owner Eddie would need to set up a fake payroll system.
So, the payroll is at the end of very they will remit money to the employer.
Yeah.
So, see how it works. They come. They start. Some Nigerians, they give what they want. They will take away the tax. And let's say, take away £200 and pay them 1/3.
And pay them?
Pay them 1/3. And it takes resolving. So they will be feeling this pay. That is that was the
Confused?
Yeah. I don't understand anything what he's saying. I legit don't understand. I got lost like, huh? I try to make sense what he's trying to sell there, but it's just confusing. And in my mind was like, okay, guys, if you've seen that and you have any Nigerian friends or around the world or people who like to go to UK to work there, share this video. We need to spread this video as public as possible to reach friends and friends and friends that they are aware there are job opportunities in the UK, but they need to be cautious and really carefully how they do it. Anybody who asks upfront money from the workers who want to come to UK, this is a scam and it's illegal. So this should be always a reminder. Everything you're paying upfront, it's a scam, and you should have not paid the amount and trying to search for another way.
So was I. But after I watched it a few times, it all made sense. Let me explain.
Yes, please.
The scam Dr. Laname is suggesting is that an aspiring care worker stuck in the UK with no hours to work should get a different job and then give some of the salary to the care home. The care home will then run that money through their books to give the illusion the carer is working shifts for them, just so they can stay in the UK. They will do this by returning some money to the aspiring care worker as if it was their salary and keeping some of the money behind to pay tax. This would keep going every month to create a paper trail in case the business is inspected by authorities.
Is this the first time you're hearing of this kind of play?
It's the first time that I'm hearing of someone give that level of detail. The way in which he is trying to game the system is very interesting, to say the least.
Just so I understand, so they will come here to say that, for example, they're going to work as a carer, but they're not working as a carer, they're doing another job. They may do any job.
They may do any job they want. The thing is that at the end of the day, they need to pay Eddie.
Can they really take on other jobs?
Not in the way that he is suggesting. Additional hours is permitted, it has to still be for the role that they are sponsored for. So a care worker cannot then work as a chef somewhere else. What is being suggested here is to do something that goes against sponsorship, which puts the migrant worker at risk of being in breach of the immigration rules, which could then lead to their visa being curtailed or shortened to 60 days.
So this means that we have potentially a lot of people in the UK through this kind of route stranded.
You either are going to find someone that has found this additional work, in which case they're working around the clock in order to pay the likes of Eddie and also meet the cost of living within the UK. But if they do not find that additional sponsorship, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to continue their life in the UK in a way that would be seen to be a basic standard of living. So yes, they could find themselves destitute.
How did the UK get to this situation?
My opinion is that the government did not realise how ripe this area was for abuse and exploitation. And agents such as this distort the system. They make the system seem untrustworthy. They make the system appear to be one that reeks of criminality.
The reason why I wanted to see you is I would rather have this discussion in person. And the last time you said that they have to have hours.
Are you wearing a wire?
What? No, I'm not wearing the wire. It's just, I like for everything to be clear. I should be asking you that, no?
So I didn't feel right about it.
Yeah.
Totally avoid.
Yeah. I mean,
Intuition has never been wrong about people. It has never failed. So
I mean, you can see I'm keen.
it's not sweet.
And I'm like, the London babe. No, I'll take you out.
The London babe is giving me a red time.
Thanks, more Yeah, that was very quick. Thank you very much.
As I traveled across the UK for this investigation, I often wondered if in a restaurant, a beauty salon, or building site I passed by, there were migrants hiding in the UK's shadow economy, doing poorly paid jobs, surviving with little help and even fewer rights. I don't blame them for staying silent, but without hearing their stories, I can never truly understand the reality of this situation. Finally, a man called Harry has agreed to meet me in a safe place. I hope you will trust me enough to share a glimpse of his life.
You said we should meet in church.
The church is the only place I find solace. Oh God, I spent close to 17 to 18 million naira and there is no job. So that is the situation I find myself in right now. I'm still here, still stuck in my cage.
You can't go back.
You can't go back. Where are you going to go back to when you don't even have anything to your name? I sold land and properties, I sold cars, resigned from my job, a well-paying job, collecting loans from families and friends. The people you are still owing, what do you get to tell them when you get back home? You tell them you are sorry, you came back, there is no money. Who would listen to that? These scammers keep getting rich, using people's sweat, people that have labored.
Like many others, Harry funded his journey to the UK with money in part borrowed from his parents.
My parents are old. They can let the little money they sold from their farm, little money, gather the money, they empty the account for you.
You'll be back with something big.
I foolishly trusted that person that did my sponsorship for me. I calculated the money. You know, I did the mathematics. When we have something, we would have gotten the land back. Don't worry, give me 6 months. I was going to do a good job. Oh God, a penny I have not sent to my mom.
I really wanted to get answers from the UK authorities on what they are doing to combat the exploitation of foreign workers. Despite multiple requests, they declined an interview.
They did not give reasons as to why they declined, but the Home Office has sent an email on behalf of the minister, and the statement reads, "The UK government has announced robust new actions against shameless employers who abuse the visa system, with tough measures that will ban businesses who flout UK employment laws from sponsoring overseas workers."
This statement means action will focus on businesses who are breaking the rules so that they can no longer reapply for a license to recruit from abroad.
This is a measure against employers. But then what happens to migrant workers who are already here in the UK but do not have jobs? Would they be sent home? Would they get justice?
How you can be so delusional of lying, even the footage is over there and you talked so much bullshit and saying the like behind the camera all the truths and then you're denying, even with the footage they did. Wow. But yeah, this is the thing. So what my half brother in Gambia already asked also, it's like if he have any opportunity to come to Europe, because Gambia is a really poor country. So, and the UK just left Gambia. It's like, okay, yeah, you have your freedom now, but you can do whatever you want. But with no system, with no structure, a country is led by themselves. It's sometimes really hard to come out from this poverty if you don't have the structure how to being in a system of this Western world and this capitalism thing running over the world. So it's really, really hard. Even my half brother was already thinking to become a refugee and going through different countries to come to Europe. So, and it is a reality if there are nice houses in Gambia that most of the time one of family members or two living in Europe or in the US, in the global north, to make money and send money all the time to the family. So, because those countries are so poor that they are struggling to do everyday money. So they send family members away, becoming boat people, risking their life, being in different kind of borders, in prison because they didn't manage to come to Europe. And the only thing what the government is doing is just trying to holding them back, and now starting to making alliances, yes, with European border countries like I think it's Libya, Morocco, to imprison refugees, black refugees, to come into Europe. And this is a reality. What is going on? Europe is not doing anything to enforce legal immigration, and they are not doing anything against the exploitation about black African people trying to come to Europe. And this is the circle what is going on, and we should have more the focus on legal immigration, making it easier to become a member in the European countries where we need them. Even, I think, a better life should be not valued on the necessity of a human being, what we need to evaluate which kind of jobs they are doing. Because if they want to do something else, they should be allowed to do something else. But this is the circle. I really like the documentation. I think it was a really great one to see how immigration is working and how easily it is to get stuck in a system, what is broken, what is filthy, what is completely against human rights, and trying to exploit countries who are already suffering. And yeah, I don't have any words for that. But to make this viral, again, thank you for everybody who's new on my channel. I really appreciate that you are here. And if you like the video, the reaction I did, a thumb up would be really appreciated. And also, if you know people from those countries coming to Europe or other countries or other stories you saw already, send the video to the people and inform them that this is going on in the back and forth with African countries and European countries. Especially now it's just the main focus was of UK, but other countries do the same. And yeah, and hit in the comments if you did know about it, what was your story with it, because we need to bring this out 100%. And yeah, and if you didn't subscribe me yet, I would appreciate that. And I wish you now a good evening, good afternoon, or a good day, depending when you're watching this this video. And if you, being on the end, make you now a hot chocolate, a tea, or a coffee, and enjoy your day and just relax right now. See you and bye-bye.